Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah, guys. I know you like my day in the life videos, so I thought why not do a special one today where I show you guys behind the scenes of my businesses, my multiple businesses, the people behind it, how I get things done. And look, I talk about money, finance and stuff like that, but why not show you actually how I get things done? But before we do the behind the scenes, the office, the meeting the people, and trust me, you're going to want to meet the people. So let's go through it. You know, guys, one of the best decisions I ever made for myself was actually starting a business, because I was working a job and you know, I needed that push, that action, and I knew until I get uncomfortable I was just going to cruise life, right? And yes, sometimes it's hard running a business, sometimes it's, you know, a lot of effort, sometimes cool, yes, it's true. But I'll tell you something, man, I would never, my worst nightmare, honestly speaking, would be going and working a job again. And my worst nightmare would be not being in control of my life, not being able to go on a holiday, not being able to take a break. And hopefully you guys get to see, like, you can go gym when you want, you know, spend time with your friends, employ some of your friends, you know, create opportunities. Well, that's one of the best feelings that you can have, especially when you start a business. So guys, I'm in the office, got some client calls I need to make, have a couple of conversations, and then inshallah, let's get the day going. And I guess you guys get to see what happens. Do a little natural one, innit? Like, we just entered the office, you know, all the boys are here, have a catch up with everyone, have discussions, you get to find out what's going on, what's not going on. This is Shariar, who has been part of the Recruitment League and a good friend of mine now, but first joined us on Recruitment League as part of starting a recruitment company, how many years ago?
4, almost 5.
4, nearly 5 years ago. Coaches as well, the students that are joining our Recruitment League program and learning how to start a recruitment company, he coaches them as well. But he started a business 4 or 5 years ago, scaled it, and has employees now as well. Mohammed Suleiman has been part of the recruitment journey with us for the last, how many years? 3 years. Alhamdulillah. So again, 4, 5 years, 3 years, and the idea is, I think Mohammed Suleiman also wants to keep scaling and how he can now make it passive. And we've got a good friend, Yahya, who is actually a new student. So Mohammed Suleiman been with us 3 years, 5 years, and then Yahya, new student. And inshallah, we're trying to get him off the ground as well. And so this is a nice little group we've got going on for you guys today that you can hopefully interact with throughout the day and get an understanding of how everyone's doing. And if you've got any questions, let me know in the comments. Make some there, make some there, of course. How many jobs? How many jobs are right now?
6 jobs.
Okay.
2 of them are booked for interview on Friday and Thursday. 3 ones I'm waiting on confirming interview dates, basically.
What have you done on that since?
I'm waiting on him to get back to me.
Why?
What do you mean why?
We should be calling him.
I'm saying what's the...
Yesterday you wanted to get these candidates. By the way, these candidates, obviously they might be interviewing other places as well. When do you want to get them in? Are you free on Thursday or Friday? You need to control the situation.
Okay.
Don't wait on people. See, time kills all deals. Have we got any CVs outstanding right now with clients?
Yeah.
How many?
I've got 1 on top of my head. 2 potentially. I need to follow up.
Also, I would say 6 jobs isn't enough. Actually, you need to get another 3, 4 jobs on. You know where a lot of people, they mess up. They'll get a job on, but you know how they start feeling? They start feeling like the client owes them. You work on their nerves, bro.
Yeah.
You know the pain, you know the nerve, and now you need to come up with a solution for them.
Mind games.
It's sales, bro. It's not mind games, it's sales. Listen, you make 3 calls, and then I'll correct you from the 3 calls.
Good afternoon, Everidge.
Hi there, good afternoon. Just a quick one, I was wondering if you could help me. I've got this CNC setter in the area in Dartford, is looking for work. Thought I'd give you guys a quick call to see if you might be on the lookout for someone.
Okay, bear with me for 2 moments.
Yeah, no
I'll
worries.
just check for you.
Yeah, no worries.
Are you calling from a recruitment agency?
Yeah, I'm calling from a consultancy.
Okay, bear with me for 2 moments.
No worries. Calling from a consultancy, I am.
If she's come back, it means that they were or they might be. So you say to them, what is it that you look for? What is it that you look for? Make sure you say.
Could I get you to email across a CV, please?
Yeah, more than happy to. What is it that you're looking for exactly?
It would be a CNC setter and operator.
Okay, is there a Miller or Turner?
Millen.
Okay, not a problem. I mean, I've got a few CVs. Okay, not a problem. Thank you so much for your help. What would be the email to send the CV to?
No worries,
Take care. Bye-bye, bye-bye.
Bro, it's crazy that was your first call and she turned around and she's like, yeah, we do actually need. The only thing I would say, There is a fine line between asking questions and asking too many questions.
Nice.
As soon as you feel like the person might be getting annoyed, you stop. The main thing is people buy from the people they trust, but also they buy from the people they like.
Afternoon, Ustad.
Hi there, good afternoon. Just a quick one. I was wondering if you could help me actually.
I don't think we are, but I'm not the right person to ask. Hold on just a moment.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. Oh, hiya.
No, we're not looking at the moment.
Oh, okay, not a problem. Like, give us so much for your help. Cheers.
Thank you. Bye.
I knew that was awful from the start. Man.
It's fine. It's
I'll
fine.
read it for
It's
you.
fine. I think honestly, yeah, man, it is. It's just okay. What I have a serious question I need to ask you. Yeah. When you're making cold calls, why do you have a Jamaican accent?
Do I?
Bro, why is there like a Jamaican accent?
I don't. Do I actually? I don't notice it.
Bro, have you realized he put like a Jamaican accent on?
He tries to go past bigger punch.
Guys, I've just finished off my masterclass session that I run for you guys actually, where I teach exactly how to start a recruitment company. It's free, by the way. Like, I just go over for 2 days, value, information, how you can make money, how you can get clients. I believe it, by the way, to be one of the best business models you guys can start in 2026. And I do a 2-day free session. I've just finished it. If you're interested, get your details down in the link in the bio, and someone from the team will get in touch and send you the details over for the session. There's limited amount of spaces, you might run out, but make sure you get them down quickly, and hopefully I'll see you at the end of the month.
Okay, how are you?
Yeah, not bad, thank you very much. Not bad. How's things?
They're okay. How about you? How's everything?
Yeah, I can't complain. I thought I'd just give you a quick call, have a catch up. I did send you an email. I thought maybe you haven't seen it, but you know.
I know. I've seen your email.
Yeah.
I've seen your email. Sorry, just caught me by surprise. I've seen your email. It's actually. I just wanted to congratulate you. It seems like a good, very competitive business plan. So hopefully it's going to work.
Appreciate that. The need is there. The requirements are there. But it's just about getting sign off in essence, right? Obviously, because of this new initiative and stuff like that, I thought I'd reach out, and I'm doing this for a couple of companies as well, where, you know, I thought it might make sense. And I guess the need is there, the requirement's there. And so how can we make it work?
I would say leave it with me. With this email, I'll forward it to the operations director.
Okay.
And he can speak to the CEO about it.
Okay.
Obviously, I'll be contacting you. So I'll keep you posted. Okay?
Yeah, no problem at all, Shima. No problem at all.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Glenn. It's Mo from Ross Frank. How are you?
Oh, yeah, hello, Mo. I'm just literally looking at these CVs now. I'm just about to go home, so yeah, let me have a look in the morning, and I'll get straight back to you.
Right, that's fine. That's not a problem. Take care.
Cheers, yeah.
Bye. Yeah, so the call I've just had with the client, he was looking for a CNC setter. But I was trying to get rates confirmed. How much would we be securing the deal for? Just roughly to give you an idea, it's like 12 to 15% I would have aimed for. He was busy, so we'll try him in the morning, get these guys in for an interview. The quicker we can get them in, the sooner rather than later. Because what tends to happen is other agencies might also be aware that the clients are looking. So once you know that this client is serious, then your job is to basically find them a candidate as soon as possible. So that was basically the call.
There is a very high chance, bro, yeah? You could be terrible at sales and yet close more deals and make more money in sales compared to someone who is fantastic at sales, right? And I'll tell you why. Because you come across like a likable person, right? And you might come across like with a person like, oh yeah, I just want to hear this guy out, right? And the other person might come across like a very good salesperson, but actually they don't want to buy from that person. They don't have that trust, they don't have that relationship. You know, they see that person, they're like, oh yeah, whatever, like this guy's just trying to sell me. But maybe they speak to you and they're like, oh, this guy seems nice, but you're terrible at sales. But you might still close more deals. Look, it's so crazy how the wording you can just mess up by saying one word wrong. You said, I'm wondering, what is it that you're on the lookout for? It was, I'm wondering, basically, that wondering, and then you said, what is he on the lookout for, or what are you on the lookout for? That wondering makes it not as confident. If basically people realized that getting a job on is not hard, it's actually quite easy. I mean, Yahya just got a job on. So most of how many jobs have you got on?
Right now I've got 8.
And out of those 8, how many would you send CVs to?
Right now, this week 2.
The point being, how many jobs are in circle, how many companies are looking for people that just never get serviced? We don't have enough time for it, man. Well, I'll get 20 jobs on in a day. I honestly could get 20 jobs on in a day, but I am only going to send CVs to 3 or 4 of those jobs that look the best. So the issue isn't actually getting the jobs on. The issue actually, the bigger issue is finding the right candidate for the job. The biggest skill set you need in recruitment and slash business is just resilience, bro. Just don't give up.
Worst case scenario, you go back to making 70k a year.
There was no worst case scenario. No. Failing wasn't an option. If you go and start a business with the mindset that I could fail, you will fail because you're ready to fail. We're in the gym, man. We're in the gym. My special gym. Listen, we're gonna go do some weights. Showers. I would never use these showers in my life. But you know what? This is better than what's it? Gym 24 or whatever. Better than that. We're gonna check my weight. Check my weight. All right. Listen. Let me hang on. Watch this. I've drank water right now, and the gym bros know if you drink water, come to the gym. You know. Bismillah. Oh, 77.
77 kg.
77, yeah, so I was 75.9, but honestly, a little bit later in the day, it's the water, half a litre of water I've drank, you know what I mean? It gets like that sometimes, you know? I'm gonna do my PR, chest, straight into it. Let's see how much I can lift. And the point of this is this, guys, I need some support in the comments, okay? Whatever I do today, you guys need to tell me how quickly I need to get to the next level in the comments.
Serious.
That technique, how's the technique?
Technique is on point.
A good technique. We're gonna go do the PR now, innit? We need a good pump. I've not eaten anything, no carbs, no nothing. So don't judge me for my chest right now. You're confident in me, look at that. Believe in me.
Allah. Yo, that was clean.
Do I push myself to 85? That is a bit of a push, you know. It's not even progress, to be honest. Like, I should be able to do 85, but I'm not eating right now. Hopefully, I'm hoping in another month I can hit that 100 kg. But I need some advice, man. I need some advice from you guys. Bro, I'll be honest, I don't think this is gonna go up. I'm not gonna lie. Believe. I can't be telling you guys to believe in yourselves, but I don't believe in myself. So listen, I can believe in myself when it comes to business, but this is long. Yeah, long day. Done. I'm done. 85 though, 85. Come on, alhamdulillah. But listen, we're 15 kgs away. 15 kgs away from that big 6 figures, okay? And we all need to be aiming for those 6 figures, okay? We get to that 100 kg, khalas, we're done, okay? Inshallah, soon come. Listen, support me in the comments, guys. Come on. I'm gonna do another vlog next week, same place. Tell me what I need to improve, change, and inshallah, you know what? 6 months left to the end of the year. If you guys like these videos, let me know in the comments, and maybe I could do a weekly version. It's my progress, me turning up, me doing my work, and then that motivates you as well. If you like that, let me know. Yeah? Come on, let's go. Bye-bye.